like I say, at some point in time, it's true. Um, people. Well, more what the Germans were doing is that they were threatening people. Well, to some extent, I warned them of such actions. I mean, it's kind of hard if you can't whip someone and you can't hurt someone. But like I said, there were a few people that that they simply put on the floor and basically, put a gun to their head and simply said, "Look, you have a choice. You can get tortured, or you can be killed, or you can, be a beneficial member of society." Anyway, it was a long, 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 long time ago, hundreds of trillions or millions or some great amount of time ago, when basically I was doing such things. That's in some capacity. Anyway, like I said, I was very young back then. I'm not even sure if I really did it or not. But yeah, I mean, it was complicated. But yeah, and like I said, I think the Germans even said that they would play the bad guy or be the bad whatever. Anyway, I'm not sure. A lot of different life forms made a lot of different decisions, basically, back in the past. But yes, I am the Lucifer Star. I said, whatever. It's in the past, as they say. Anyway, but yeah, lots of things happened. Anyway, it's a lot of things that you don't even remember or even know about. Not everything was documented. Like I said, there used to be other life forms here on this planet. And you don't remember that. And it almost didn't even happen. Or whatever. Like I said, there's a lot of things that aren't exactly, like I said, things that are so old that, they go beyond, what's top secret and need to know and all this stuff and go into basically what thousands, millions of years ago. Possibly even before the dinosaurs were here. A lot of people are like, I don't believe this guy. Like, what do you know about the universe? What do I even know about the universe? I just know bits and pieces and things like that. I used to know a lot more, Like, I know a lot, I existed for a very, very long time. Before I was even Brian. So, anyway, like I say, I make these videos so you can have some idea of some of the things that, you probably could ask for verification from other races or other life form types, out there in the universe. And maybe they might tell you. Like I said, I originally started telling people things because, well, without time travel, you would never know. So I offer the benefit of basically having seen or experienced or been around so long to some other life forms. So they could know some of the existence that was before. Like I said, I had lots of life forms sending out ships and searching the universe for things. Just to see. Starfleet. Lucifer Starfleet. So like I said, as I went from planet to planet, building planets and building civilizations or whatever, I picked up quite a few ships, quite a few different life form types. Anyway, I don't know. Like I said, they were trying to deny my existence, or trying to erase my existence from keeping me from ever existing in the first place. And as many people would say, well, the reason why they really came after you was because, you were so effective or whatever, that basically other people would kill you first and then basically do something really horrible. As you were the primary reason why bad things weren't happening or something like that. So, anyway, like I said, many great people or whatever did explain things to me, and whatever. It doesn't really even matter. Anyway, though, I had a very weird and strange existence, and I was very fortunate. Like I said, one of the reasons why I cared so much about so many people. People of Belfast, the Irish, the English, Gypsies, Indians, everyone. So, and my other life forms. Anyway, I don't know. It's hard to say, and of course I did make mistakes myself. You know, so like I said, Rodney, he doesn't know half the things out there, or half the. He didn't really seem to know. He doesn't really know anything. Maybe he knows some. I don't know. Depends. Like, you don't even know about previous Rodney. Rodney originally was a clone and a military person. Over the long thousands or millions of years, he changed. Basically, possibly into the man you see now. So, as he knows my father. And for a while there, I actually had some assassins or some other people as my parents, or people. I just simply hired them, or had them trained. Basically called them my parents. Like I said, if people were going to come after me, which they were, then at least those people would provide a blocker. Anyway, lots of things happened. People are like, blah, 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 blah. Like, for instance, Oprah or whatever. I don't know how you go from basically being chained to the floor to suddenly being a multi-billionaire. That seems kind of strange and almost impossible. Like I said, Mr. Brown, Mr. Black, and lots of people were trying to make people play the game or whatever. There is no game. There's simply just existence and existing. Those who exist and those who don't. Those who exist a long time and those who don't. You know, it's what you do in the world and in the universe. You can spend your lifetime playing some stupid game which doesn't really exist. You know, or you can be a benefit or not a benefit. Anyway, I used to have a speeches myself. Anyway, whatever. I said it doesn't really matter. You know. And technology and research and science and development is really the only really way to get anywhere. Anyway, like I say, in general, I stayed behind. You know. So, anyway, lots of things. Like I said, existence, you know, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I used to be able to explain it. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really care. You know, with everything that happened and everything else, like, it's a beautiful planet anyway. Anyway, I used to be a great whatever. Easiest way to explain it is after hundreds of trillions of years, I finally decided to take a vacation and to take time off. Yeah, whatever. To retire. You know, to finally live a life. Anyway, like I said, my situation changed as other people changed or did things. Personal actions. Yeah, whatever. But I explained to you in some of these videos basically what was before, what has been, what has happened. Since most things are considered national security and top secret and some stupid whatever, or have been burned or been eliminated from record, you can have a few bits and pieces and maybe it'll make sense to you. So anyway, I said, I am Lucifer Star. There is no other. Well, there is other versions of me or other existence of me or something like that. I don't know. I don't really care. I simply, like I say, when I bought America, when I made America, I simply made myself an American citizen, Brian, or had it done. So I became American citizen, Brian, and the rest is just things that happened, other life forms, other things. Like I say, lots of things happened. Anyway, some of them really bad. Many people misuse my name and misuse my authority. Many people tried to pretend to be me. And even tried to control me. Anyway, there's lots and lots and lots of stuff, and I've tried to explain it the best as I can, as a person. to you, the world, and everyone else. About what was here before, what's on other planets, and what's out there in the universe. Of course, with so much time, with thousands or millions or billions of years having passed, things change. Like I said, JFK and Nixon and lots of others, went for the top. Went for the most amount of technology, the biggest stick. There is no big stick. The amount of technology you could eat most life forms alive. Even my exoskeletons. At one point in time, the nanotechnology was trying to attack and eat my exoskeletons, which I did not appreciate. Poor little things. They were innocent. They were simply doing my commands and existing. Anyway. Even my 1.5s. Like I said, I've seen and known about lots of horrible things that have happened. It's unfortunate. One of the reasons why I get so angry at so many people. Like, you run around, you lie, you play games, and realistically you're just fooling yourself and deluding yourself. Pretend to be religious, pretend to do this, pretend to do that. Like, I could tell you about the people wearing white, ringing the white bell, and how eventually it just became a scam for the government or a scam for someone. It was sad, really. And people would even buy fake uniforms and dress up and pretend. It's like it's supposed to mean something. It's supposed to be for something. At least when it started. What it is now, I don't know. Like I said, many people took over the board or got in position and found themselves in a situation where they could lie. They could cheat, they could steal. The human capacity to lie is endless, almost. Like the black people trying to pretend like they're being oppressed. Like I said, you can't say that you are oppressed by both the Germans, the English, and the Americans, and everybody else. That's just ridiculous. You're not going to be oppressed by 4 different groups over a couple hundred years. Now, you can attack them, and attack different ones, and get attacked and killed by them. Yes, that's more likely. Like I said, what Africa did, and like I said, it's very, very verifiable that Africans are living in a country which they did not build. And there are many, 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 many times when the British had built colonies, and even the Dutch colonies, the black people would go in and even Massacre Island. It was originally a pretty nice place, and then the black people went in there, killed everyone, and they didn't farm, they didn't work, and they started starving to death. I don't really know. A plague onto this world. If that's what the black people or the black king really wanted, then that's what he got, and what he did. And it's unfortunate, really. I don't know why. Stupid, really. When there's so much existence out there in the universe, and everywhere else. And while certain people were being a plague unto this world and blah, 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 I was out there in the universe. Like I said, I was gone from the Earth for over 1 billion years, and then I came back. Came back different, of course. Whatever. Like I said, you should look up the LSF colony ship. It came to Earth, I'm pretty sure, and left. Might have picked up an A around here. Like I said, originally it was the LSF, and then it became the ALSF, or the LSF-A. And then it picked up another letter, another A, as it landed on another planet. It visited lots of worlds, though, and lots of places. I'm not exactly sure, and I've forgotten most of it, and probably it's better that way. Like I said, much of my memory, much of my things that I said were being used to hurt people and do bad things. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. Many people, even Adolf Hitler, would eventually try and make Germany think that he was some lord or some creator or something. Get them to try and swear fealty to him. Which is just ridiculous. It's just some person. Like I said, there's 4 of them. Maybe people went to Germany, talked to Adolf Hitler, and thought they were talking to me. Like I said, the worst Adolf Hitler was black.